The Labour Court has granted Road Accident Fund an interdict against the NUMSA strike. The union had communicated its intention to strike today, citing grievances against the fund's CEO. I'm now joined by Mcintosh Polela, the RAF spokesperson. Mr. Polela, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this afternoon. So the strike was interdicted today. NUMSA, however, still vows to continue raising their concerns, especially with regards to the RAF CEO, saying that he is deepening the crisis of the entity. What's your response to that?
Look, my response is NUMSA is raising some legitimate issues, and we have taken those issues to the board to get a resolution on them. But the decision to run a vindictive campaign against the RAF CEO is unfortunate. I mean, they could have raised those issues without targeting one person because, after all, the RAF is not a one-man show. It's an organization that is run by many very capable people. So the focus on one person is just unfortunate and unwarranted.
So, Mr. Polela, what would you then consider to be legitimate issues that NUMSA has raised that you say you've taken up with the board?
Well, issues such as the placement of workers that they were talking about, because chief among the issues that they were raising, we felt that that was the one that they felt very, very strongly about. And so we immediately sent a memo to the board to seek to resolve those issues and to suspend the process. We have suspended the process and we will look into it. And by the way, we are looking at these issues and not NUMSA, the union themselves, because by their very name, NUMSA is the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa. And you should be asking yourself, why is NUMSA organizing in our space? And before they decided to strike, we already had sought, legal advice on NUMSA on whether or not they were, allowed to organize in our space. And that legal advice came and said that they're not allowed. And so we notified them. And as we talk now, NUMSA is suspended from, organizing in our space. But we are saying to our workers, they're free to belong to any union, and any union, we welcome them from organizing in our space, just not NUMSA, because they're not allowed to. By their own very constitution, they shouldn't be organizing in our space.
So how have they been organizing in your space all along?
Well, they have been organizing while we were seeking that legal advice. And there's another union now that has been organizing in our space. And they knew that they were taking chances by organizing in our space, and they knew that at some point we were going to suspend them.
They have raised quite a number of issues, one of them being, of course, the Section 189 process, which they claim has not been done in accordance to law. They also raise a number of issues with regards to the crisis of paying claimants on time. Are you currently addressing some of these issues?
The Section 189 is the one that I've just spoken about, the one of placement. It is not true that it was not done properly. It was done after an exhaustive process where our own members of staff were consulted. And after that, NUMSA was also consultant in the very presence of their leader, Ivan Jim. So that is not true at all. The issue of claims, we are addressing the issue of claims. What you must understand is that we get court orders on a daily basis. Now, those court orders that we get them very late when we cannot defend them. And hence you have the sheriff attaching our property on a weekly basis and with us having to buy them back. We are trying to solve that. I mean, the RAF is now performing it at around 92%. I mean, since the CEO came and, the board, the outgoing and now the new board came. And so, yes, there are issues we could do better, but I think the communique by NUMSA is bombastic, and by very nature of the union, obviously they're very bombastic, but also they're using very crude language to describe the CEO, a situation which is unfortunate because, like I said, they're raising legitimate issues. It's just the way that they're raising them that is very uncivilized.
And why do you think that they are taking this approach, especially with regards to the CEO?
I don't know. I mean, that's a question that's better asked, to NUMSA. We have asked them to stop casting aspersions on the CEO. We asked them on Tuesday already when we met them, but we saw that on the communique that they sent to the workers to say the staff was suspended, they're still doing exactly the same thing. But we're not going to be dragged down to their level. We have said to them, we are prepared to talk to them in a civilized and professional manner, and we will do so, and we will look into the issues that they've raised. This is despite the fact that NUMSA, as we speak, is suspended from organizing in the RAF.
Well, a win for RAF with the strike not happening today. What do you anticipate going forward?
We don't see it as a win. It's just one of the issues we have to deal with. What do we anticipate going forward? NUMSA has said that they're going to go to the drawing board and they're going to come and they're going to fight back. How are they going to do so since they are suspended? I don't know. However, I want to emphasize the issues that were raised. Some of them were very legitimate issues, and we're going to continue to deal with them with or without NUMSA.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. That's RAF spokesperson Mcintosh Polela speaking to us there about the NUMSA strike that was interdicted, that was meant to happen earlier today.